Hi, good day. Welcome. Today I'm speaking on surrender and submit. Two very similar words in meaning, but they really aren't the same when it comes to, the kingdom of God. So, surrender is basically to yield yourself to a greater power, and to submit is to totally yield yourself to a greater power. Now, they're very close in meaning, but the fact is, a lot of people in church, they surrender their lives to God. And what that really is that, there's something that's overcoming them, and they basically give their life up to God until they have the strength to pick back up their life and continue on their own way. And that is basically what's happening, in churches these days. The people come in with a problem, and they're looking for an answer, they're looking for a solution. And in listening to sermons, and even on the advice of others that are going to church regularly, they're advised to go to the man of God who's in charge of the place of worship and to seek some form of help to, get rid of their problem. And a lot of people God delivers them. And he uses the man of God, because the man of God really can't do anything without God. So he uses the man of God to deliver them. And when they get delivered, they feel convicted to surrender their lives to God. So they surrender their lives, and God, they come to church and they make the effort to pray and stuff, and then God turns things around in their life. He brings change because they have entered the period of grace as called welcoming grace. So he turns things around for them, and things get really nice. And what happens is they pick back up their own way of life and continue in it, thinking that God is blessing them and everything is going good for them. And they really don't change. You don't see change in their life. You just see that they may be staying away from certain stuff, but they don't change in how they treat people. They don't change in how they behave. And the change really isn't real. It's a form of change. But God doesn't ask for that. I was there too, so I'm speaking on experience. God changed things in my life. Money started to come. Things started to seem going, like it was going well. I got a chance to, get my own home. And, things were going well. And I did not change. The way that I thought didn't really change. And, eventually God brought me to a place where he asked me to submit, which is to totally yield my old way of thinking to learn a new way. And this is what God is asking for each and every one of us. And the reason he's asking for us to submit is because we need to think like God for us to really impact change in this world. We're not here to serve ourselves. We're here to make, things better for others and to make God's kingdom, acceptable, or, make it attractive for the people of this earth. And the only way we can do that is when we allow God to change us internally, mentally, so that we can display how great and how good his kingdom is. And it's only by totally submitting to learning the ways of the kingdom can we really fall into God's will. Because when we surrender, we actually aren't in God's will. It seems like that until we reach the period of enduring grace. And only then will we realize how wrong we really were in the way that we thought. And that's why we need to renew our minds. And in doing so, when we actually submit ourselves to God and to be being retrained in the way that we behave and the way that we think, can we really access abundant grace that God has for us and really walk into our destiny. Thanks for watching. God bless.